Welcome back to another case of I really need to stress test my setup before I start recording. Need to find my anger again. Aside from, like, at my computer. I can't believe that actually worked. Well, look at me! Because my drive decides to go say fuck you in the middle of... it's half 30 seconds in. Middle of recording, and I just got 30 floors deep. I will keep the previous attempt as a bonus clip at the end of this video if my computer will allow me to edit that. But... if you don't know what I mean by finding my anger, well, watch the bonus clip at the end of this video. So you're gonna get another longer one out of me, due to bonus clip. Or I might upload it as a... depending on the situation, I might upload it as a 0.5 video. It's gonna depend. But I got to like so deep breaths. Find that spark that lit the fire under my arse. Alright, English language arts. English language arts and this IT program that I want to take. So I need, to make a TLDR, we need 65 or higher in ELA 30-2. I don't have that. I barely managed to pass English at exactly 50%. If it weren't for COVID, I would have, COVID canceling finals, I would have straight up failed. And become a high school dropout. Good, we're caught up. Because I'm pretty sure that part of it, like, got deleted into the ether. So, you know, that side, like, I fucking hate English. I don't hate school. It may sound like from my, tone that I hate school in general. I don't. I think it's unprepared for this modern era we find ourselves in, and 2020 and 21 kind of prove that. School is not up to the task of our modern day and age. Being hungry takes up a lot of energy. Oh. So I'm gonna... have goldfish beside me, like I normally do. No water though, because I don't know, why would I need that in our video? Where my voice tends to go die on me. There we go. Yeah, it's not up to task of learning with ceremonies, plus, school systems are planned around the average person. Not around the smart kid, the stupid kid, the person who's really trying their best but kind of struggles on a subject or two, like me. Like, it's not built around that. It's not built around, like anyone. And I've already said my piece about the studying and how that is it's a non-solution. Lucky It's a non-solution. Just study more isn't going to fix the problems I'm having. In fact, it'll probably make this situation worse. Because I already hate English language arts as is. No amount of studying is going to fix the problems I have of I struggle with non-literal. And the entirety of English language arts is the non-literal. All of it is the non-literal. Which sucks ass. I do, according to tests, and like, you can't test for somebody's knowledge in the English language arts. Because ELA is up to interpretation. You can't test for that. Like... So, an example. Or, kind of example. What do you have for me? And we'll take the extra maple syrup. It also probably means we're not gonna get enough for W this episode, this go around, which there is also 44, so I could be entirely wrong. Could be very wrong about getting the coins we need. So, anyways, back to the topic I was talking about. So, English is essentially, think of a glob. A glob that really doesn't... You know what? I just thought of an even better metaphor. Testing for ELA is like trying to fit the square peg through the round hole. I know there's the meme of, oh, it goes into the square hole. But like, trying to test for English language arts is unironically, you know where the square goes? This circle hole. It's like, square goes in the circle hole because one is strict, rigid delineation, like one strict path, while the other is interpretation. And interpretations are literally fucking endless. So we either have one, like, testing is one strict path, like one interpretation is correct. There's literally infinite interpretations out there. And that's just unlocked in memory. So, I don't remember the name of the movie that we had to watch in ELA 20. 30-2. But like, from like Quentin Tarantino, the twist guy, and about essentially an Amish community that is, you know, literally blocked off stuff from the world. It's like, I interpreted it one way, because I didn't remember most of the movie at that time. One way, but it wasn't accurate because, oh, it just actually happened. But I'm right. This is what I interpreted it as. It's like, oh, they decided to, they're fucking stupid and, you know, and they would, you know, won't dwell in the past. Because I thought, I'm technically right, I interpreted the film like that. But no, that wasn't the answer that we're looking for. So I'm wrong. Which is it? Which, like, I am right in that it's my interpretation of a ultimately up to interpretation film. Sure, there is good and bad interpretations, but they're all right. Like, you can interpret anything as literally everything as literally anything. So but you can't strictly delineate that. It's like, this is why I interpreted the film. But I'm wrong. Somehow, I don't get it. I legitimately don't get it. This is a legitimate, like, bubbled up anger from years. So I hope you like my legitimately, like, angry episode. This is going to be the pit of 40 rants or something. Pit of 40 frustration. Something of that, line. Just I'm legitimately, legitimately mad. And I'm going to continue this because I just need to vent about this. So, it's either ram my head against a brick wall, which is, you know, ramming my head against a brick wall, not particularly fun, by any stretch of the imagination, which is to upgrade my English, which is pain, and I don't want to do, or I could, for once, I didn't want to let you, or I could just have to retake the test, which is trial and error, so ramming my head against a different brick wall. Because there's infinite possibilities on a and part of it, I think, is with my essay. I feel like I did really well, but I can understand how somebody in the realm of judging this kind of stuff doesn't. Because I write how I speak, and my speech isn't professional, if you couldn't tell. I didn't put any swear words in it, and I am, good about that part, but I write how I speak. And we only have 3 hours, and I already told the story. There was, a fire, a false fire, and the servers went down, so it took time to get back up, but, despite all that, even if I were to do it again, I feel like I wouldn't have done much better. Yeah, I don't feel like I would have done much better. I shit at essay writing, which, okay, if it's judging on essay writing, then why have the first part of it at all? Why put this part that involves interpretation into it at all? Actually, why? If it's purely on the basis of essay writing, then why have the part that doesn't involve essay writing at all? It's legitimate question. Why bother? Isn't there, an easier way called just have the fucking essay and nothing else? Give somebody 3 hours on potentially the longest part of this kind of stuff to do it. And yeah, we didn't get docked time bonus time stuff from, the fire drill. Thank God. Thank Arceus. Because that would be bullshit. So we didn't get docked marks for that. Because there were multiple people doing it. But, I felt like all my answers were correct. Well, correct to my best abilities, but it weren't the right answers. They're correct answers, yes, but there weren't the correctest answer, which is bullshit. Oh, choose the best answer. No, you want the right answer. You don't want the best answer. You want the right answer. That was our strictly different stuff. Because the best answer is, unless it's wildly off base, like, I don't know, interpreting stuff, like, just like, I just wanted to do this funny haha thing. It's like, oh, it's such deep, meaningful message of the human soul, not of, like, deep-seated anger and hatred coming bubbling up from the surface, like my ranting about English language arts, some deep-seated hatred bubbling up from the depths of the soul to, and like, is super deep when it's really, I fucking hate English language arts, why the fuck do I have to do it? Like, those are very, very different statements. Like, sure, you could be interpreting my... And I wouldn't say you're wrong, you're incorrect of interpreting my ranting about English language arts as some deep-seated hatred from the pits of my soul. And I'm actually a very angry person in real life, which I'm not. This is just something that's been bubbling in me for years. I've always hated English. This isn't a new thing, I've always hated English. English language arts. I wouldn't say you're wrong to say you're fucking stupid. But I wouldn't say you're wrong. It's your interpretation. And that's valid in itself. But it isn't a correct answer. It might be the best answer you can think of why I'm ranting. It's not the correct answer. Those are very, very different delineations. One is me speaking my mind because this has been on, like, one is reading too deep and the other one is, saying it how it is. And I often say it how it is. That's my, or at least how I think it is. That's always been how I operate. Like, I say it how it is, may not be always the truth of the matter, but it is what I believe is going on. I'm wrong, I will 100% be the first one to admit, I'm not always right. I am wrong about a lot of stuff. I hate it, but... Brave. Take a deep breath. But the best answer of what I think is the best answer in that, you know, it's that movie that I don't remember the name of off the top of my head is... Oh, fuck off, game. Thank you, game. Duality of man. Fuck off and thank you. Like, I think the interpretation of, oh, they decide to not do it, just is the best interpretation that I could think of. Wasn't the correct interpretation they were looking for. That was the best I could give. Because I did not remember the film, because I zoned out for half of the fucking thing. And then the other half, I didn't remember. So, it was a lose-lose situation either way. Also, we got here in quicker amount of time. Power of ranting about stuff that has been weighing on my soul for years. We're basically back to where we died in record time. Like shield. So I can now start actually using multi-bounce instead of Quake Hammer against spiked opponents. And you know what the worst part is about having to restart? We lose a partner that Lucky Day P out of all this. Bingo! Doesn't help us! Fuck you, game! Yeah, but that was my, like, best interpretation. Was the wrong interpretation. Somehow. But again, if they're not looking for the best answer, they're looking for the correct answer. But what the correct answer is, could be fucking anything. And is one strict delineation on an infinitely multiple path. Strict rigidness. Infinite possibilities. Doesn't mesh. Like, you can have, like, strict delineations with something like math and science, because those do have correct answers. Non-English language arts. There is one strict path. But what is that strict path? Fuck if I know. Fuck if anybody knows. Aside from the people making the test. Because the thing is, with, like, literature, that's what English language arts is, literature, it's up to interpretation. And everybody has their own interpretation. Because you can imagine stuff like, I don't know, trying to think of a game, FNAF. Because that's always a series, that constantly gets overannualized. To the point where it's a meme. Sometimes a story is just a story. Like, haha, funny animatronic game, in my interpretation, but somebody else's interpretation is some deep-seated, like, the tale of a madman, and delve into madness and insanity and kill kids in the Chuck E. Cheese style restaurant. And it's interpretation, I guess, but sometimes a story is just a story. And I think that, honestly, that a story is just a story is something that could be, that everyone, that no matter what part of the, like, what's your opinions on English or whatever, or anything, could agree on, should learn. A story is just a story. Okay, that actually does do quite a lot of damage. But it also is expensive. Yeah, sometimes a story really is just a story. And what English language arts is trying, and arguably failing, honestly, this idiot named Matthew Patrick, Matt Pat from Game Theory, have done a better job at teaching people to look at media critically. Not well, honestly, in my opinion, but it has done a better job at getting people to look at media critically than English language arts has for years. Because it punishes you for looking critically. But only in the way that isn't what the person making the test intended you to do. See the hypocrisy? Like, they want you to look at text critically, but oh, not too critically, or else you might get some wildly the interpretation that is not what we wanted you to interpret from it. Just see the problem? And then, like, keep in mind, all this is my perspective, but this is, like, well, 100%, I am not always correct. Again, I've said this before, I'm not always correct. I'm often wrong about stuff. But, is it not my right to interpret English language arts as fucking bullshit? Is it not what English language arts have been teaching you to... that is supposed to be teaching you that it's anybody's guess? Also fucking worthless. We have Zap Tap, and Zap Tap is the anti-fuzzy ability. Like, fuzzies cannot touch us, which is why I usually like to get Zap Tap for the next chapter, because there's a ton of fuzzies, and I really don't want to deal with them. But like, isn't it what ELA is trying to teach you is that to analyze it whatever you want, stuff however you want, but it punishes you for analyzing it however you want, because it's not the correct it's not some maligned idea of the correct interpretation, whatever the fuck that actually means. It's like, actually, what the fuck does that actually mean? The correct interpretation. It doesn't exist. It's a myth. There is no correct interpretation. There is just your interpretation. But they want the correct interpretation. I'm getting out of the light room. I've went over this before. Please, for the love of Arceus, don't miss. I don't want to have to do this again. For a third time in a row. But yeah, isn't any interpretation of any media, anything in life, your own? It's correct in the way it's like, this is your interpretation. But it's what your interpretation and what's the test writer's interpretation. It's like, oh, XYZ, and this specific line means what? What is it? Because you're not going to tell me. And I'm not going to know what is right unless you tell me I'm fucked up somehow. But they're not going to tell you you fucked up. Or how you fucked up. What part you fucked up, because how would you be able to, why would you learn from your, why learn from your mistakes when you can just sit around and figure out try to figure out what the fuck went wrong, when nothing went wrong. That's the situation. With like, yeah, like the only thing that can really fit with like the testing setup is math and science and somewhat social studies. Because social studies also covers history for some reason, and current events, like, unless, like only those three, asterisk on social studies, like, has, like, you can actually have strict delineation. English language arts is strict delineation is a bug, not a feature. You can't have that in something that is 100% up to interpretation. The fact that interpretation is even a word I have to say, I'm saying, should know that strict delineation does not work. But no, just fuck you, I guess. We live in Hellland. Yeah, we live in Hellland. Bitch. Yeah, we live in Hellland. Where nothing makes sense, and the rules are made up, and the points don't matter. That's the world we live in. The points are made up, and the rules don't matter. Fuck's sakes. Well, there goes our last life room. Yeah. It's whose line? The points are made up, and the rules are made up, and the points don't matter. I feel like I've exhausted everything else I could possibly say. Life be pain. Life is pain. Unfortunately. I feel like, personally, I feel like I'm a great fit. I know I'm stuck in this topic again. This happened. I feel like I'm a great fit, but no, apparently not. Fuck me, I guess. Because, you know, getting into these school programs isn't based on, you know, aptitude. It's based on prerequisites. I mean, technically aptitude is a prerequisite, but like unrelated prerequisites. Instead of your interest into a specific thing. And I think, like, honestly, in my personal opinion, schools are going to die out at some point. If it weren't for government mandation, schools would have been dead already. If you are legally mandated to go to classes, schools would have died, straight up. Because they don't work as well in the modern age. We've seen that they don't work in our modern age. Hell, how often have you, mental mathed out a, mental mathed something out? We have calculators in our pockets, for fuck's sake! We have calculators in our pockets! And the worlds are changing. And the school system has not caught up. And that's a crime, in my eyes. That's a crime. Because, well, school is a reason to leave the house. It's a reason to go see people and talk to people. Not stay cooped up in your home for hours, sitting around in front of a TV or a computer or your phone, wondering what the fuck went wrong with your life. It's a reason to go out, talk to people, enjoy someone else's company. But no! instead we're here in hell, no, in Hellland. But like, schools have not caught up. So instead of, you know, like, schools are a great way, a great excuse for that. But it's not fit to handle the modern age. And we don't even have enough, people, and we don't have enough working hours to work with every student individually. Because that's really what each student needs. That's what people have been asking, like, complaining about school, that it's too generalized. It doesn't help the individual at all. We need individual aid and need, but we don't have enough manpower for that. Or, I don't know, ancient-ass term. But we don't have enough, like, people who can do that. Of all genders. Sometimes some people will learn best with, say, like, a male teacher. We don't have enough, like youth things, like, those who, like, want to get, people into STEM. That aren't, like, it's, you know, ironically, they're not in STEM themselves. And I think you should, like, I think, like, STEM is important. I'm working towards getting towards a STEM-esque program. Or trying to, anyways, because computer science is science. Just a variation. But, like, that's important. And so these engineering women getting told to get into all the engineering jobs. Well, shouldn't we also be encouraged men to get into teaching roles? There's a big gender gap with teachers. Hell, good. Like 75 of the teachers I've had in all my years of schooling have been female. Like, there's a few that's been male, but most of them have been female. I'm pretty sure, like, most of you watching, you probably had multiple female teachers and a lot less male teachers. Shouldn't we also be encouraged, if you wanted to, you know, close the gender gap in jobs, shouldn't we also encourage men to get into caretaking roles? Into roles dominated by women as well? I'm not that kind of person, but, like, I'm a person, like, we should get more women into roles dominated by men. I agree. But we also need the other way around, too. I'm a person of everyone matters. Not just one person or one group of people or just marginalized people matter. Everyone matters. We all live on the stupid hell rock. And that's not gonna change ever. We're all stuck here. Because the heat depth of the universe. But, like, yeah. Shouldn't we be encouraging people who, like, again, shouldn't we also be encouraging, like, men to get into teaching roles, caretaking roles? Roles that are normally dominated by women, but no. That'd be misogyny. I don't get, like, if we're gonna vouch for equal rights, vouch for equal rights! Don't vouch for one group's rights. Vouch for equal rights. Not equal quotation marks rights. I'm sure, like, It really is just a ranting episode. Jesus Christ. Cheese and crackers on a biscuit. This really is a ranting episode, but like, yeah, some people would learn better if they had like a male teacher. Like instead of a female teacher. Because, you know, and some other people would just, you know, prefer their teacher be somebody of the opposite, and I'm, somebody of the opposite sex to them. Biological sex. But you don't know, and schooling does not account for that, because it's not about the individual in school, when it really needs to be about the individual. That's the problem. It's not about the individual. It's just in a place that is meant to be about the individual, which is the inherent contradiction. Schools really need to just, like, it's broken to its fundamental core, but, like, it's broken to its core, but we kinda also need it. It's like, it sucks. It fucking sucks, but it also is a necessary evil, question mark. I don't know. Also, I'm not gonna... It's gonna be uploaded as a 0.5 episode. Because I'm not up doing an hour-long video, fuck that. I got to like half an hour almost on the first attempt. Like, fuck. We don't have any other solutions. Like, school is a wonderful opportunity to go talk to people, even though I never did as a kid, when I was younger. I almost never did talk to people, because school has burned me too heavily to just, like, be willing to talk to people. Yeah, I've mentioned this on stream, multiple times in videos. I used to struggle with talking to people. And I enjoyed going to school. Just, like, just because it got me out of the house once in a while. I may have preferred to be at home playing video games, but it got me out of the house and in the fresh air and talking to friends. Or trying my best to, anyways. But that's the only thing school is good at. Yeah, I say that, like, oh, I'm trying to get into a school program. But honestly, like, post-secondary is what high school should be. Instead of just the auction classes. Like, oh, you have an interest in computer science. Well, then take a computer science course. You have an interest in, I don't know, sports. Well, you could potentially go to, like, the sports medicine. You can go do classes on that, maybe you become, like, do stuff like that, become a lifeguard, or what, even though you can become a lifeguard without a college degree. Like, this stuff about secondary And the only upside I'm going to say about it, other than because I still think it's too fucking expensive for not a whole lot of gain. But you can choose to do whatever to specialize in what, like, you like this? Well, there is a course for it. But, I think one thing most people forget about schooling is that it's supposed to be the lead up to a job, but it doesn't actually tell you how to, 1, get a job, 2, maintain a job, 3, pay your taxes, and all of that. Just, like I said, the system is fundamentally flawed, but we don't have much of a choice. Like, high school, like, K through 9, and I guess K through 10, technically, it's like, good. Like, I don't have a complaint about any of that. And once you get into 11 and 12, do I find the problems start rearing their ugly head. Because the generalized education at that point isn't going to be helpful. You need to do it on it, because, like, you're not going to get the same group of people anymore. Or the same amount of people in the same age range. Sometimes you might get somebody a lot older because they're trying to upgrade their classes. Sometimes you'll get a younger person, like 18-ish, 17, 18-ish, in class, doing well. Well, because, you know, they legally have to until they're an adult. And even then, they still have to do it. It was no longer the Guardian's problem if they don't. But, like, what's the point? Like, somebody just told me that. I'm not even gonna continue recording today. I'm mentally exhausted after all that ranting. So, with everything being said and done, I'm not doing this style of episode again where I'm just ranting about what specific subject again. I just do not have that anger in me. But the only reason why I did for this is because I've been bubbling up inside me for years. So, yeah, the only reason why I do have the anger inside me for this time is because it's bubbling inside me for years. And it's just kind of somewhat relating to recent relative events. I can't get that angry ever. I can't get that angry again. Till next time.